Well, TQM is not in any shape or form related to the personal behaviour inventory. It's not a disc-based system. It comprises 5 little tests running for 3 minutes or 4 minutes, and maybe even, I think there's one 5 minutes. Right? And what it's focusing on is this person who's sitting in front of you. What's their trainability like? How easy is it to train them? Do they pick up that training and learn fast, or do they have to repeat the training? Do they have to repeat the training? Do they have to repeat the training? And it's measured against a very broad spectrum of underlying database, and where you're comparing the percentile score of the individual on each test, each of the 5 tests, and also the overall percentile across the 5 tests. And you're measuring them against your current employees or against a standard you feel is right. I can give you an anecdote of that. A company in the West of Scotland said to me, the entrepreneur owner said, you know, my people are the best people in the West of Scotland. And I says, how do you know? He says, well, just because they are, because we are who we are. And I says, well, I bet you they're not. And he says, I bet, he says, they're above average. I says, I bet you they're not above average. So, end this long story short, he paid me to go in and do a benchmarking exercise across the whole company. 209 employees, I think it was. And obviously the average across any organisation or against any group of people, the median would be 50 percentile. That's just the rule of thumb. That has to be the rule of thumb. You know, the median is the median. Right? But when we scored them up and analysed all the teams and all the people and put it together, their percentile, their median was 40 percentile against the average. Right? And that meant that they had about 40 out of that, maybe 40 is too many, 30 odd people out of the 209 employees who were very, very, very low percentile. We're talking about 0 percentile, 5 percentile, maybe 10 percentile, right? A really high percentage of those. And these people had been working there for some time, poorly, inefficiently, and it was recognised when they were identified by me when I gave the report back to the executive team that that was a problem person. Oh, he's an idiot. Or she's no worth. I don't know why she's still here. And really, they were pulling down the average. It also, on the other hand, identified some great talent. Some people who scored 75%, 80%, 90% score, who they hadn't blipped on the radar of the executive team. They didn't know they had that talent, those clever people working for them. So the company adopted the system 100%, and it transformed them. In one area they were making printed circuit boards, and they had 3 teams. And they had 3 teams not because it naturally evolved that there should be 3 teams, but they had a team who did the very simple boards because that's all they were capable of doing. Then they had another team who could do slightly better boards, slightly more complicated boards, and they did all right. And then they had a top team who did the more complicated boards, the very sophisticated boards. Right? And when we looked at the results, the people who were in the team who did the very simple boards, their percentile scores on TQM were really, really low. So what we did, the company introduced their a minimum standard when they recruited for that area of work in the production line, that they had to have 40 percentile and upwards. And in particular, 2 particular tests, which I don't want to bore you with, but 2 particular tests, they had to have 60 percentile or upwards. Right? Within a year, they had 2 teams. They'd gone from 30 employees in that production area to 18 employees. Right? And they were producing 4 times as many printed circuit boards as they had been previously. So that investment paid off big style, and that was replicated in different areas of the company. Within 2 months of being there, could do the most sophisticated boards, which was unheard of. It was only people who'd been there 5 or 6 years before who could do the sophisticated boards, and it just revolutionised the way they did things.